Hi, Sandra here from Creating Spain, and today's video is going to be a relatively short one, and it's to help those people who want to practice calligraphy on their tablet, be it an iPad or something else. Now, I've got an iPad and I have the Apple Pencil. I've got the iPad Pro, the smaller version, and I love it and I love the pencil. But there is an issue with using an iPad that you don't get when you're doing calligraphy on standard paper. And that is the fact that your hand doesn't glide too easily over a screen sometimes when you're using an iPad. Now, I'm in southern Spain, it is hot and humid, and at this particular time of the year especially, there is a bit of an issue with this, but it can be overcome. Now, it's not so much of an issue if you're doing, like this page, single letters. Where it becomes an issue is when you're trying to do a phrase that stretches from one side of the screen to the other. Now, generally speaking, I do this in landscape mode, but since my recording is going to be in portrait mode, that's how I'm going to do it this morning. So this would be me trying to do some calligraphy, and please, I apologise for the state of my calligraphy at the moment because I'm concentrating on what I'm recording rather than, or at least how I'm recording rather than what I'm recording, if you follow my gist. So I would start with my hand resting on the screen because I invariably do that. Now, I'm getting to the Y and my hand is now sticking, but I need to move it. And it's making it very difficult for me to, oops, I left a letter out for a start, that wouldn't do, would it? Okay, let's start again. Okay. And I am really getting into difficulties now because my hand won't glide across the screen. That's as far as I can go. My hand literally won't glide any further. So what I'm going to do now is to put on a fingerless glove. Now this is the sort of thing that I would generally use in the winter when it's cold in my craft room. I'm going to tuck my little finger into the inside of the glove because I don't want any of my hand touching the screen. So now it is so much easier. And I can keep going except if I run out of space. It is so much easier because I can literally just move my hand to write rather than moving my fingers even. And I can do nice smooth swirls and whatever, which I can't do with my hand resting directly on the iPad. Now, the other way of doing it, if you haven't got a fingerless glove, is to get a piece of fabric that will glide, that won't have any traction on the iPad. So it could be something like a piece of felt or a microfiber cloth maybe. The other day I was using a clean duster. Anything that doesn't actually create friction and drag on your surface. And so that is a tip which will apply not only to calligraphy but anything else that you're trying to draw if you are in need of resting your hand on your screen, which I generally do if I'm writing. I don't always do it if I'm drawing. Now, regards the apps for writing, there are plenty. Procreate is very good for writing, and the other apps that you can use are miscellaneous, I'm sure, that you can use for doing calligraphy. The one that I wouldn't say is particularly good for calligraphy, unless you just want plain pen writing, as it were, not calligraphy pen writing, is concepts. I love concepts for drawing and for sort of doing airbrush effects and things like that, but I don't use it for calligraphy. It doesn't have the pens that you need, but there are many apps that actually do. And it's great fun to practice your calligraphy on a pad because you're not going through reams of paper. You can set your pages to whatever size you like. You can alter the size of your text and stuff afterwards, which of course if you're doing it on a straightforward piece of paper you can't do. And you can keep your best examples and use them in whatever means you want to use them, and you can get rid of the junk. So it is very useful. And if you're practicing just your letter formation, then you can get some calligraphy samples that you like, and you can trace them and practice the movements and things, and it's very good for that. So there we go, just a quick video this morning. Thanks very much for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.